don't know where you're at in life. And that's the real problem. And if hearing me say that annoys you, then good, because we're about to change all of that in this video. So stick with me, because most men, they've got a rough idea of where they're at in their life, or they think they have, when in reality they don't. You look at your life and you say to yourself, yeah, I'm doing all right, because on paper, your income's decent, you train sometimes, you're making a bit of effort, and people think you're switched on. But on paper, you're solid. But let me ask you something. Why does your life still feel so off? You wake up in the morning with dread for the day that's ahead, and you lie in bed at night dreading the day that's ahead when you wake up in the morning. And I'll show you exactly why in a second. But first, I need you to be honest. Have you ever had those moments, usually late at night, where everything goes quiet, there's no longer any distractions or any fires to put out, and suddenly you realise, I should be way further along in my life than this. No distractions, no noise, just you and that nagging little thought in the back of your head. That's not a motivation problem. That's a misalignment problem, and it can be fixed so easy because you're not lazy, you're just divided and misaligned at the moment across body, mind and money. And until you actually see where you're divided, you're just going to keep guessing or telling yourself that you're doing better than you actually are, because right now your life looks like this. Your body, inconsistent. Some weeks you're on it, some weeks you're not. Some weeks you're training and eating right, the next week you're not. Your mind, there's constant noise, overthinking, anxiety and overwhelm. And your money, it's up and down like a roller coaster. There's no real structure, just effort without direction. That's soft body, scattered mind and reactive money. And you're trying to build momentum on top of that. So of course it feels hard, way harder than it should feel. And here's the part that most people don't want to hear. And it gets uncomfortable when men come to work with me, because I tell them how it is. I don't soft touch around the points, I get straight to the core of it. You don't actually know how far off you are because you've normalised it. You've got used to how you'll feel right now in that weird little comfortable but uncomfortable grey area of life. So you wake up in the morning, check your phone, scroll longer than you should and tell yourself, today I'm going to lock in. Today I'm getting shit done. And by midday, you've already slipped off and you can't wait to get home at night and watch a bit of Netflix and eat some shit food. Not because you're incapable, but because there's no structure. And at some point, you have to accept that this isn't your final destination. How you're living right now isn't about your circumstances, isn't about the government, isn't about your job or your situation. It's you. And I don't mean that in a negative way, in a way to put you down. I mean it in the most truthful, radically honest way. You've never actually measured where you're at properly. And what gets measured can get improved, can get fixed, can get tracked. And if this is feeling uncomfortably accurate right now, click the link in the description, go do the alignment audit. It's free. It will take you less than 10 minutes and it will break down exactly where you're at across your body, your mind and your money and show you where you should be. No guessing, just clarity. It'll give you clear actions to move forward in each area. And here's why this matters so much, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll see exactly where you're cutting corners, where you're holding yourself back, where you're self-sabotaging, where you're drifting, and where you're operating below your highest standard. Because you know you've got so much more in the tank, and that gap, that's what's creating the frustration that you live with every day. It's not your life, it's not your circumstances, it's that gap between who you are and where you are and who you know you could be, who you know you should be. You know you're meant for way more than you're currently experiencing in your life. And most men, they avoid that moment. They'd rather stay busy than actually get clear, because clarity removes all those excuses. But the ones who actually fix their life, they face it head on. I've had men come to me and absolutely transform their lives in 3, 6, 9 months, because alignment's simple. Not easy, but it is simple. Body, mind, money, all moving in the same direction as each other, growing daily and feeding into each other and building your life as one whole unit. That's where control comes from. That's where confidence comes from. And that's where real momentum can come from. Not from motivation, but from structure. So let's bring it all back to you. Bring it all back to you. Because right now, you've built a life that works, but doesn't feel powerful. It looks good from the outside looking in, but it doesn't feel powerful. And you know it. So you've got a choice right now. Keep on guessing and lying to yourself and drifting through life saying you're going to sort it out next week. Keep on telling yourself that you're going to figure it all out. Or Click the link in the description and do the alignment audit and actually finally see the truth. Click the link in the description, do the alignment audit. It will cost you nothing. Less than 10 minutes it will take you. And if you want to go deeper after that and you've seen your results, book a 1-to-1 power hour breakthrough call with me and we'll break everything down properly and build a structure that actually moves you forward. Or don't bother. Carry on living the same life you've been living and frustrated with for the last however many days, weeks, months, years. But don't lie to yourself and say that this is your final form, that you know you're not capable for more, because you know there's so much more out there for you to experience and to live. I'll see you in the next video, but don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to click the link in the description and do the alignment audit. It's there for you to do. It takes less than 10 minutes and it'll show you exactly where you are across body, mind, money, and what you need to do to improve and start building some real, meaningful momentum in your life. I'll see you in the next video. Let's fucking go.